Mika Abrahams says building on an incredible 2023 in which he finished third overall in the Danish F4. Now, that feat saw him included in the prestigious British F4. The 16-year-old also became the first South African of colour to earn Proteas colours in motorsport. That allowed him to return to the British F4, where he was able to get on the podium 3 times. Now, that success has heightened his ambition of making it all the way to Formula One one day. Newzroom Afrika's Yolulwe Qoshe has more.
Just 5 years ago, Mika Abrahams hated cars. His only dream, in fact, was to be a footballer for his beloved Liverpool. But a video game would be all it took to change his whole life.
Something about that game, like just seeing the F1 cars, like the beauty of them and how they're made and how they just drive around the track really fast. It kind of inspired me to get into that.
Young Mika credits his father Farouk for mapping out his path and his next step.
We started with the 4-stroke championship, and it was really good. I did pretty well there, getting a podium in my first race, and then we realised we needed to move up to a more competitive category, and that was just the case for the rest of my career, really. Do a category, do my best there, learn, and then move up. And then the more you are in the sport, the more time you spend, the more you learn about which competitions to do.
After several victories on home soil, it was time for Abrahams to move abroad. There was a rude awakening at first, but character building for the Johannesburg-born driver.
Yeah, no, my expectations were just to go there and win, and then I was really humbled when I got there because those drivers were really, really good. But then I also knew that was what's meant for me, because that's how I'm going to get better. That's how I'm going to develop myself as a driver, and that's where people are going to notice me. And I guess I get to represent my country on the biggest stage.
Mika, whose driving role model is the late 3-time world champion heightened, admits that, as a person of colour, he has often had to prove his worth. He does, however, understand that he is in the sport for a greater cause.
It is considerably harder for us, as they don't take us as seriously as they should, you know what I mean? But that's why we need to change that. And there are some challenges to being a South African when going overseas, but it just makes it so much sweeter when you do win and you do prove those people wrong that do talk you down.
Abrahams has already ticked off one dream of getting his junior national colours, and now he shifts his attention to achieving his ultimate goal of being the first South African F1 driver since Jody Scheckter.
I feel like I would have just made it. I've completed my life's goal, and I'll just keep working hard to stay in Formula One. But I don't know. I don't know how happy 10-year-old Mika would be. I think he'd just run around the house screaming the whole day. But no, it will definitely be a special day for me when that day does come. And hopefully that day will come soon.
And now Mika will only start racing again in the next season next year, but his drive to become a Formula One racer doesn't stop. For Newzroom Afrika, channel 405, I am Yolulwe Qoshe in Randburg, in Johannesburg.